Good morning everyone, welcome to Sunday. Welcome everyone, my name is Tracy Bish. I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia, and today is Tracy's Sunday Challenge. I'm so happy that you're all here. As you're popping on, please pop on and say hello, let me know where you're watching from. If you're new here, welcome. Every Sunday I do a live video where we do a craft challenge, which is always really fun, gets you a little bit, gives you a bit of creativity and gets you crafting for the week, hopefully anyway. So this week's challenge is a fun fold, and we're actually going to create the fun fold today that is the challenge. We're going to create two because I've got two kits ready to go, and I'm going to show you some samples at the end of some of the cards that I've created with this fun fold sketch design. So I'll give you all the measurements in that as well. They are over my blog and that is linked to the description, so don't worry about writing any of the measurements down, they are over there, you can check those out. Okay, so I hope that everyone's had a really great week and they're having a great weekend. I'm just trying to think, we've got a few things on today, just normal housework. I think we've got to wash the dogs, do some washing, and I'm sure there's things around the house that needs to be done as well. But we had a day out yesterday after we finished work in the shop, so that's what happens. So let me just tell you a little bit about the kit that we have, that we're creating with today. I have a old olive card base. Now these measure 10.5 by 22 centimeters. So like I said, all the measurements are on my blog, so you don't have to worry too much. I've got a piece of thick basic white. This measures 9 by 23.5 centimeters. I have two pieces of coordinating card with the DSP. These are Blackberry Bliss and they measure 7 by 10 centimeters, and then two pieces of DSP. Now I find when you're creating and you're needing coordinating colours, pick a DSP first. This is that beautiful big pack in the annual catalogue, and you can find it on page 179. This is the Design a Daydream 12 by 12. You can only get it as a host code, so by purchasing $250 worth of product, you can get this as one of your free gifts with your Stampin' Rewards. Now I know $250 is a huge amount to purchase, but one great thing that you can do is you can get together with a few crafting buddies and make your order up to $250. This pack is super huge, it's a really big pack. I think there's 48 pieces, 48 12 by 12 pieces, 4 of each design. So what you can do is if you get 3 other people to order up to $250, you can split this huge pack between you. So you're going to get, 12 sheets each if there's 4 of you. There's also, that's in the annual catalogue, but there's also a big pack called Celebrate Everything that's in the mini catalogue right now. So, these big packs are perfect to be able to grab some girlfriends and place a big order so you can get those for free. So I've chosen these two here. Both of these measure 9.5 by 8.5 centimeters. So hence why I've gone with the Blackberry Bliss and the Old Olive. My second piece here using that same DSP, just a different design. And I haven't decided which way I'm going to go, but we'll see. And so same piece with our Old Olive cardstock and our basic white. I've got the two pieces of DSP which measure 9.5 by 8.5, and then we have Pool Party and basic white thick, and they measure 7 by 10 centimeters. So we're going to create two different cards. I do have a couple of stamp sets, or one bundle and a stamp set to create with. Sorry, I may cough a little bit. I'm on the end of the cold, like I don't have any cold symptoms, but I have a cough and it's taking a little while to shift. So I thought I'd use the Celebrate with Tags bundle as well as the Speedy Recovery stamp set. I haven't used this one yet. It's a new one that I got. Because I sell my cards in the shop, I've had a lot of people come in lately asking for get well cards. So I thought I need to create a few of those. So this set is perfect. Hi Wendy, how are you? It's early for me. Oh, it's only 8:30, so it's not too early. It's nice time to be able to get out and get a few things done, and then I've got the whole day still. So yeah, but it's lovely to have you here. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so we're going to get started. I think we'll just work with our florally one first. We're going to do some scoring first, and I still have my score blade. I haven't lost it yet, but I think it's going to happen. So the old olive piece is 10.5 by 22 centimetres. We're going to score at 7.6 centimetres, and this is something super new. If you've been following me, you know I actually use my, I don't use metric very often. I use imperial, and I thought I should probably, because I am in the market in Australia where we use metric, I probably should use that because I might have a few more followers in my area. We'll wait and see. It really doesn't make a lot of sense to me though, isn't it funny? You go through school using that measurement, but for crafting I just find it easier with the imperial. Okay, so basic white thick cardstock we're going to score at 10 centimetres. And that has our card base ready to go. Now the great thing is with our cardstock, we can bring in some embossing folders, we can stamp on them, and I think we will have to maybe emboss with these because it's such a dark colour. I can stamp on them using either a black or Blackberry Bliss, and that will show up a little bit, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, I haven't made this one before. I thought we would make this one together and see how we go, but I do have some samples as well for other cards that I have created. Oh, you've been out horseback riding with Macy. That's awesome. I probably could tell both imperial and metric, Wendy. That's going to make it too confusing today, but what I'll do is I'll pop the imperial in the description on my blog as well, so that way you've got both. That's a great idea, thank you. So these are just going to layer together in between, like so, and we're going to lay our mats over the top. So before we do that, I think for this one I'm going to use the Speedy Recovery because, you know, you've got flowers, that's always a nice, you know, get well design. And let me see. So this is going to go on the front, this is going to go here. I did grab out a couple of embossing folders before getting started, and I really like the quatrefoil, so I might do the quatrefoil for the front, and then I might grab one of these images and we can stamp on it and add either to this side or this side, who really knows. I'm going to stamp this side with the Blackberry Bliss. So I might, while I'm embossing those couple of pieces, which stamp in this set do you think I should use? I really like the flowers, but let's ask out with you guys and we'll see what we come up with. We could do a group effort. So I've got my quatrefoil embossing folder and the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to grab my cut and emboss machine. I'm just going to run this one through really, really quickly. What am I missing? Missing that base one, maybe. I feel like I haven't crafted in so long. We were away for 3 weeks and I really haven't been back in and doing anything because I had all my pre-recorded videos. So it has been a long time. So look at the detail in this 3D folder. It's pretty dark in here this morning actually. Got another rainy day coming, I think. Hi Judith, how are you? The box one is a tissue. So we've got little hearts in the spoon, the tissue box, cup of tea, some bunch of flowers, and then just a vase. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add our matting pieces down, and I'm going to use some liquid glue for that one. So I think what we need is we need to have a stamp to go on the front, and then we also need one just to stamp on our cardstock. So Blackberry Bliss, just a random stamp, I think that'll be fine. Random stamp around it. So I'm going to open this one up. The other piece of that DSP, and I can use the same one, completely up to you. I think I'm going to go with the Old Olive. Down there. This card goes together super fast. And as you can see with my samples when I show them, you can change things around a little bit and really make the card look different. So just going to glue that down, making sure I'm leaving a nice border all the way around. There we have it. I'm going to pop my quatrefoil embossed piece in the middle there. So we had heaps of rain last night and yesterday afternoon. So our next door block is full of rain again, so I think Ad's probably going to have to go out and pump again the water off. But anyway, now Wendy, if you're still there, Ad's gone out and got the poles for the horseshoe game, so he just has to go and get some sand or dirt. He hasn't decided what one he's doing, so to set it all up, but he's so excited. All right, so we have those two ready to go, like so, opening up. So with the inside piece, no one's really said anything. So what we might do is I might actually I might stamp onto basic white cardstock both the tissue box and the flowers, the bunch of flowers, and we can add those, the tissues on the inside, the flowers on the front. And what sentiment? See, this is completely new for me. What sentiment do I want? Wishing you a speedy recovery, I think. So I'm just going to add my labels really quickly just to these three stamps. So Stampin' Up comes with its own little stickers, and these stick to your acrylic blocks. You take the backings off the sticker, take the backing off your stamp, and you're just going to layer the two over the top and peel off. These make it super sticky. They're called cling stamps. These ones are, yeah, that's right. Yeah, cling stamps. I said that and I thought, no, that's not right. But they will stick to your blocks without any issues. Won't fall off. Stampin' Up have changed their stamp design of quite a few years ago, and we haven't had any trouble with them since. So we have our three stamps ready to go. All right, grab my blocks. So I do have just some scrap cardstock here. I'm going to grab some Memento Tuxedo black ink, and let's stamp both the bunch of flowers and the tissue box. Now I don't have a Blackberry Bliss Stampin' Write marker, but I'm sure we can find, I know I've got an old olive one, but we'll work it out. See how good I am on the fly. Actually, that would have actually looked a lot better. Maybe either with old olive or Blackberry Bliss. So let me clean my stamp quickly. We might stamp that again. Sorry, this is a little bit all over the fly, but we'll get there. I think we might use Blackberry Bliss. I think you don't really want tissues with a green tinge, do we? I didn't clean that very well. So I've got my stamp cleaner here. Better add a little bit more. I did clean some stamps off this morning that I was using with my team meeting. So this design that we're doing tonight, this morning, is actually what we did for our team meeting this week, just gone. There, that looks so much better, doesn't it? And I might do the sentiment with the old olive. So we have the resident that always comes in his ute, and my dogs hate that ute. They can hear it so far away. Wishing you a speedy recovery. So I'm going to just colour these in. I need some stamping blends. We'll go old olive. What else will we use? I have rich raspberry, so I think that's pretty close to Blackberry Bliss. I think we might just use those ones. So I'll just give this a quick colour. I won't do too much blending because otherwise we might be here all day. And I don't do a ton of blending. I'm a pretty simple crafter when it comes to colouring in. I admire everyone who does such beautiful work when they are colouring in, but I don't know. I don't think it's laziness, it's more, I don't know, I get a little bored. I'm just going to add a little bit of colour in the leaves. And I'm going to have to blend that just a little bit because it stands out a little bit too much. Yes, Judith, we did get lightning and thunder, and we were actually coming home from Melbourne in it. We didn't get home till I think 8:30. So we did drive through a lot of it. Went down to Costco in Melbourne, and we had to get a few things for our son as well. And he actually rang us just before we hit Bendigo, and he said, just go straight home because it's going to be a bad storm. But which is lovely of him to think for us just to go straight home, but we popped around because his place is right near where we go past anyway. So we dropped off his stuff, and it's good to see him. I haven't seen him for almost 2 weeks. So because we went, myself and my mum went on stage last weekend, so missed out on seeing him last weekend. So it was good to catch up. We didn't stay long, just really quick. And I missed a leaf there. There you go. So I'm going to come in with the dark, rich raspberry, and I don't think you would tell that these are different colours. A lot of the colours look pretty similar anyway, and not all our blends are in all our colours, so although I wish Stampin' Up! Didn't get rid of the Mango Melody blend. I love that one. That is so sweet. And let's do the tag as well. What do you guys think? Do you like colouring with the stamping blends, or would you rather have a stamp that colours and does it all for you? Like I said, I don't really like colouring in or, you know, doing all the blending and things, but I really do love using the blends. Cute. Alright, so we're going to do a quick fussy cut with those. And I like that we've changed that tissue box up a little bit. So I'm just making sure that I've got a little bit of white around our stamped image. Marion said, I just need practice. Yeah, I know. I feel I never have time though. But, so I'm just going to do a rough cutout with this one. This is probably not the one to be cutting out so much, more stamping straight onto our cardstock, but this will be cute. Wouldn't have been any good stamping it onto the Blackberry Bliss. So like I said, I actually did this design, this fun fold, with my team this week with the this month's team meeting. I gave them the measurements and told them, you know, to choose some DSP and some coordinating card and cut it ready to go. And they did such a good job. I think sometimes on the fly is always good to get that creativity going. And I really think thinking about what DSP and stamp set, it's probably the hardest choice that you really have, because once you have them picked out, you're right to go. All right. Well, that looks a little boring just in there, so I might have to quatrefoil that one as well, because that would look a lot better, wouldn't it? I think so. Okay. Now with my other designs, I actually had them on the side here and it kept this flap closed. Because this is a bit of an odd shape, what I'm going to do, so it doesn't have to be this exact same, I might just punch a couple of little circles to pop behind it to give it that little extra support. Let me see what's going to fit. That's a little big. Maybe just the 1 inch. So this is the thick white to give it that support. probably should have showed you my samples before we got started, so you sort of have an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah, okay, so let's glue these ones together. So hopefully as I'm showing these cards and we're creating this, you're thinking about what bundle you might use and coordinating DSP. If it doesn't have a coordinating DSP, you could pick something in your stash. Now, if you're watching and you don't have Stampin' Up, that's okay. Use what you have in your stash. These challenges are to get you crafting. So, just going to add. So I've got a few different layers there just in the, I used the 1-inch punch. Those ones, that punch is retired, but it's still fine to use. So I've given it a little bit of a pop-up as well. I'm going to add some dimensionals to this side in the middle and then over to the left. So that will help keep it down. This side here. Down the middle. And this gives it a little bit more of a pop-up as well as support. So cute. And this will come behind and you'll be able to put it behind it back and it holds it all in place. Alright, so what do you think? Maybe I could leave that there and maybe just quatrefoil it. You can certainly add a lot more layers of flowers or tissue boxes, anything from that set. I'm going to run this one through the quatrefoil because I think leaving it plain, I don't really like it too much, so I'm just going to quickly do that over on this side. So we can either keep that in the middle or leave that to the side. What do you guys think? Over to the side or on the embossed piece? Sorry, everyone. Okay. Actually, I think just there. To the side. To the side on white. Perfect. Thanks, everyone. So let's just add that one down. So cute. So there's our first one using the Daydream DSP. Designer Daydream DSP, I think it's called. And that new stamp set that I've got, Speedy Recovery, perfect for all our Get Well cards. Let's bring in the next one that we have. Same DSP. We've got different coordinating cardstock. So I've got Pool Party and Basic White. I'm going to do our scoring. That's the word. So I do need my score blade back. So our basic white piece we're going to score at 10 inches or 3 15/16. There we go. And our coordinating cardstock in Old Olive, we're going to score at 7.6 centimetres or 3 inches. That one's a super easy one. Okay, so our card base is ready to go. I'm just going to bring my bone folder in and Give us a nice crisp score line there. So I thought this one would make a really great birthday card because these are super fun. Great little designs. And I haven't worked out white or pool party. So we might ask that first. White or pool party for the front. But I'm going to go with the Celebrate with Tags bundle because that's got some great little birthday sentiments. And then in the die set, not only is there great banners and dies there, we have a balloon as well as some candles. So I thought the balloon and candles would be perfect to be able to create with. All right. So what we might start with is, I know I definitely want this design on the front because I think that is so pretty. And which design do you want in the inside? Old olive spots or the same design? So I'm going to pop this down onto our basic white thick card piece. And I've used the basic white thick on this side for all my cards, so I just thought it was easier. Gives you that area to write in with without any issues. You didn't have to add another layer or anything like that. Marion says pool party. Judith says same. Okay, so pool party on the front. Now, we can either stamp with it, we can emboss with it, and I did grab really quickly. I went through my embossing folders. I really liked Merry Melody, which is the musical notes. So we can use that, or we can stamp with one of our stamps or our dies. So in this set, we've got like the happy birthday. We can use a balloon. There's some hearts we could use. Let's celebrate you. So we can do a little bit of random background stamping. I think obviously we want the happy birthday on the inside here. So what I might do is I might stamp that first because that is definitely something that I want to do. So while we stamp that, I'll leave this here. I don't know, it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? With the glare. There we go. That's a little bit easier. So I'm going to stamp the happy birthday. And I might actually use the pool party ink for that one. And I believe I got the pool party ink out on my desk somewhere. So I might have to just quickly clean up a little bit. Oh, that's so funny. All right. No, pool party was not on my desk anywhere. Marion says emboss the pool party with singing, with the melody embossing folder, Merry Melody. Okay. I think that would work. I'm going to stamp. Oh, I'm going to stamp in the middle. Like so. And then I'm going to grab out the balloon. I think just stamping the balloon in the inside would look really good as well. We can use the balloon on the outside as well. So we've got all these beautiful colours. We could use Daffodil Delight, Petal Pink, Blackberry Bliss again, or Old Olive. What colour will we do the balloon? And while we do that, I'll go on emboss this one really quickly with the Merry Melody. So what colour should we do our balloon? Our embossing folders give so much great detail. That is really pretty. Marion says Daffodil Delight. Alrighty. So we're going to stamp. That's okay. It'll even out a little bit. Okay. Going to start adding some of those layers together. We need to work out what we're going to use on our basic white for the inside. Just our little layer on this side. And what DSP we're going to use for the inside piece here. Do you want to use the same one as we've used on the front or the opposite, which is that old olive one? How cute is that? It's so bright and happy. So we can pop this one down as well. And I think it goes that way. No, that way. Here's a fun fact. When I was in primary school, I did music. I went to a Catholic school, and the nuns used to teach music. I don't know how many years I did it. I think it was like only a couple. They could not teach me how to read music. I could not get it. Anyway. That is cute. Look at that. All right. So I think for the front to hold this down, we might have to use that balloon die. And we could do like that, which would be so cute. So we've got to stamp that balloon. So let's choose a colour that we're going to ink up and stamp that front balloon as well. Okay, let's see what everyone's saying. Judith, I'm not saying this but yellow. Judith hates yellow. I'm glad you picked yellow. Yeah, that's right, Marion. It can be either a boy or a girl card using the Daffodil Delight, which is perfect. And, you know, my favourite colour is blue, so I think even a blue on a card you can certainly still make into a female card. All right, so what one are we going to go on this side? Yeah, that or the pinwheels? This makes it super fun, but the green all mixes in together as well. And are we saying Daffodil Delight for the stamped balloon at the front, which I think would look really good, so I think we might go with that. Same as the front. Hi Sean, how are you? Sean says pinwheel. Marion says pinwheel. So we've got 2 pinwheels and 3 pinwheels. Definitely going to be a pinwheel. So I'm just going to grab a piece of basic white thick cardstock to stamp that little balloon. And the great thing is we've got a die that we can die cut a whole heap to give that extra backing for the front. So we went with the pinwheel. Let's add that one down. It's like a choose your own adventure card, isn't it? takes the pressure off me completely. I love it. There we have it. I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine to die cut this, as well as a couple of extras to give it the support. What do you think we should do with this side? I'll pop that to the side. I'm going to bring in the cut and emboss machine. So we have the dies that we could die cut some of the candles, or what's on that stamp set that we could use? We could stamp happy birthday down it, you know, like happy birthday with colours, maybe even ombre, so do second generation, third generation in stamping. That would look all good as well. Ink the music folder. Okay. What does everyone think of that? I actually did that on one of my cards that I'll show you on our team meeting, which is why Ju just said it, I think. I used I think it's the wintry embossing folder that's got the snowflakes, and I inked up with Pool Party ink, ran it through, and it gives it such a great effect. Whoops, sorry everyone. And then if you saw my reel, I couldn't find that embossing folder at the end of our meeting. I found it the next day. It wasn't actually on my desk, it was on the desk behind me, so I must have threw it backwards. Okay, Sean says ink folder with old olive. Okay, I think that's what we're going to do. That would tie it all in together. We might get one more on this piece. Let's do it this way. I've got my phone down really low, so that's why I keep banging it. Sorry, everyone. Okay, so we have three die cuts of that balloon, as well as our inked image. So if we're going to ink up our die, our embossing folder, I don't think it's a 3D. No, it is a 3D. Okay. Okay, so let me move this out of the road really quickly so we can see what we're doing. We have our embossing folder. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to grab some Daffodil Delight ink. And what I did with my team meeting, because I struggle with this every now and again, I never know which side would look better inked up. So here's the trick. You're going to ink up one side, and you're going to ink up the very other side. And then the great thing is, one side's going to look perfect. So we're going to add our cardstock down. There we go. Let's bring in the cut and emboss machine again. Add my plate number 4. Run this one through. And this gives such a great look. Absolutely, Sean. I didn't throw it over my head. But, yeah, I threw it backwards. I didn't actually throw it. I placed it backwards. Alright, so we have one side, and then we have the other side. So I believe in the card that I'm going to show you, we used this side, or I used this side. But that gives it a little bit less of a colour. So let's bring in the card. I'm just going to move all this stuff out of the road because it's just so much in the road. So we can have a look. There's that one. Or that one. So we'll say this one's 1 and this side's 2. What one would you like to pop down? So that one's 2. And then we have 1, which has a lot more concentrate of colour. So 1 negative side, 1. Hi Sylvia, how are you? Oh, I'm confused. Was this 1? Oh my goodness. I'm just waiting to say yes or no. Oh. No? This was 1. Alright, I think this was the right one. Thank you, Sean. Oh, I don't know what I'd do without you all. So we're going to add this one down. And will we leave this completely blank just like this? Are you happy with this side? I think that looks so good. While we're deciding, I'm going to bring in all my little pieces here and we can glue these ones together. I'm actually not going to do the tails. I don't think we need to. Another one on top. Because we're placing this and we're putting a little bit of pressure on our die cut, you want to make sure that you've got a good amount of support there. You could also use foam, die cut some foam, that would work as well. And we've got it's called foam something else as well that Stampin' Up sell when you're doing shaker cards, so that would work as well. But we went with this way. Foam adhesive, I think, is what Stampin' Up call it. I've gone on holidays and being able to remember names has been really, really hard. I know I struggled before, but it's gotten really bad since being on holidays. That's a great idea, Judith. Live with us. Alright. So we have that. I'm going to add, bring a dimensional in, and we can add one of those. All this rain, we have lots of mozzies and little bugs everywhere. I don't know whether you just saw that little bug, but they are everywhere. I had to spray our mudroom area because we leave the light on overnight for our dog to go outside. And I'm going to actually pop another one down on this. And yesterday morning when I got up, oh my goodness, there were so many mosquitoes. So I sprayed it and the whole floor was covered with mosquitoes. It was disgusting. So popping that down. That is so cute. Now I think we need to say happy birthday or something. I think it's missing something. Because this is only really small. So I think we need to pop in happy birthday. What do you think? I can stamp that with onto basic white and then die cut it out. I have a couple of little pieces here as well. So I've got some coordinating card. I could stamp on basic white and then just quickly fussy cut it out and then put it onto coloured card and then fussy cut that out as well. Or I could get a die, like a label die out from my stash, and we could do that. What do you think? Or I could use one of these label dies in here. So that one would work around the happy birthday, would it? Let's have a look. Yes. Okay, we might do this one. And then we can just cut around with the coloured card. Sean's saying Blackberry Bliss layer. I love that idea. I do need Marion's bug thing. The problem is I need to just not turn lights on for the dogs because it just attracts them. Alright, so I'm going to stamp. We're going to do Blackberry Bliss layer. So we stamp, I think we might stamp the happy birthday in Blackberry Bliss as well to tie it all in. Are you happy with that? Blackberry Bliss stamping. So just cleaning off my stamp. Good morning, Jeanette. How are you? No, that's all right. No problem. No one said anything, so let's do this and then we'll see what it looks like. If it doesn't look any good, you can give another suggestion. So I'm just stamping that in the middle. This is super inky. I'm going to be careful that it's dry before I put it through the cut and emboss machine. Can you see I can't even stamp straight? Yeah, how are you feeling, Jeanette? Oh, sorry, I should have asked. Marion says, heat emboss in white, then place on the Blackberry Bliss. Ooh. Alright, let's do that one as well and we can see what one's better. So I need to clean my stamp again. That's a good suggestion. I love heat embossing. So I need my Versamark and I've just got to grab my white embossing powder. So we're going to ink up in Versamark ink. I probably should have hit that with the embossing buddy because it has been sitting in my drawer, but hopefully it doesn't have powder everywhere. Oh, I'm glad you're getting there slowly. You're right, it's better than not getting better at all. You've just got to look after yourself. Alright, so I do need my heat tool. My poor heat tool hasn't been used in a little while. White embossing powder on a dark colour always comes up so beautiful. Okay, so we have those two. Let's bring in my cut and emboss machine again. die cut these ones and see which one we like better. Here's a little tip. If you have your cardstock curling a little bit with the heat embossing, run the heat embosser behind the cardstock and that'll actually make it go straight again. I should have done that. It's still all curled up a little. So we have that one, and let's bring in the white, basic white with Blackberry Bliss stamping. Firmly stuck down, there we go. Alrighty. Now to see what we like. Oh. So we could layer that together, or we could just use this one. What I might do is I'm going to layer this one up and cut it out so we can see properly, and then we can choose. Great suggestion, Maren. I really like the look of that. Such clever ladies. I'm just going to make sure it's pretty even all the way around. Okay, so we have this one or that one. What does everyone think? I don't know, it's a hard one. I really like this one, but I like the other one as well. Decisions, decisions. And I think this one has to have some embellishments. I don't know, maybe just some basic rhinestones as well. Judith says BBB. Is that this one? White embossing. First one. So everyone's thinking this one. Is that right? Which is super cute. I think they both look really good, so you could use either. Yes? All right. And what do you think? I reckon we're going to pop this one up with some dimensionals, just for added extra. What a cute little birthday card. This is gorgeous. And, you know, it's not just, you could give it to any age. It doesn't have to be a young person. Oh. Alright, let's add some basic rhinestones as well because I feel it needs it. You know, just a little bit of extra. It doesn't need it, but I just really wanted to put some extras on there. One down there. And I'll pop another one down here. That is adorable. Look at that. Pop him open. I love it, guys. Great suggestions. So that's the one that we've created. Let me find the other one. Got 60 different things on my desk. Speed recovery. I should turn you around and let you see my desk at the moment. I can't even find the other card. There is stuff everywhere. The other card might just turn up once I stop looking. But let me show you some of the other cards. So I've done 4 other cards using this same sketch and measurements. So this one here is the Storybook Gnomes, and this is the one that I was telling you about with the embossing folder, inking up the embossing folder. This is the wintry embossing folder, and how cute are these little gnomes? And I've also used that embossing folder. I have no idea what it's called. It is linked over on my blog if you want to see all the products I've used. But there's one. This one here is a little bit different. I've used the Sunny Splash stamp set, this one here, and I haven't used any DSP. So this one is DSP free on the front. I've got DSP on the back. So I've used the Celebrate Everything DSP. I've used the Splattering embossing folder, and then this stamp was from Retired Stamp, but it was the only shell that I could find in my stash. I don't do a lot of C stamp sets, but that's super cute, nice and bright and fun. But once again, I haven't used an extra layer of cardstock here. I've just embossed my card base, and I've only used one on the inside. So you can change things around a little. Then the next one I have here, this is one of our new sets coming out in the January catalogue, the mini catalogue. This is the Framed Florets bundle. This is gorgeous. These dies are really, really amazing. Lots of great frames. So I have stamped and die cut this and coloured it in. This is polished pink, and this is the DSP that matches with it. Opening up, and we have a nice easy card. Like, I've just stamped in Memento. I've coloured one in with some blends, with the polished pink blends, and added a few pearls as well. So this cardstock piece is actually just, I've stamped with polished pink ink, so super simple and easy. And then the other one that I have to show you here is using the Boughs of Holly DSP. This is gorgeous. There's a couple of pieces in there that I'm not so keen on, but I love the poinsettias DSP. I've also used the Brightest Glow bundle to decorate this card. So I've got the stamp set, the die, and I haven't got anything holding this card back, but I've added the die down to go over the sides, so it has that same sort of look. I've used the Fern embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder, which is super cute. So there's no extra layer here, but I have added an extra layer with the Real Red. And then something different that I've used here as well is I've added a piece of Real Red matting over the top. So it breaks down that mossy meadow and the basic white, so just an extra layer. So you can, change things up a little bit to suit you, depending on what you're using and what you're creating with. But I love this design of a card. Like, It's super simple, super easy, and you can create so many different cards with that. I'm really disappointed that I've lost my other card, but it will turn up. You can see the other card on my blog a little bit later on. I will find it, and I'll pop the cards, pictures of the cards that we've created today as well. You can see all these cards on the blog post, which is linked in the description of this video. Now, if you're wanting to purchase any of the products that I've used today, you can in my online store. There is a link to my online store. Please use this month's hostess code. I've got some great specials. You will receive a handmade card as well as a bundle tutorial for everyone who purchases in my online store. If you spend over $100, you'll also receive the Simple Sweet Stampers tutorial bundle, which is using the Boughs of Holly suite from the mini catalogue, which is an absolutely gorgeous one. That's this one here. And you can see my card. I've actually done a video last Thursday using my card from that bundle, so you can see that. I think that's everything that I needed to let you guys know. I really hope that you'll join in this week's challenge. So all you need to do is just create your card, come over to my Facebook page. There will be a post there with the graphic of this week's challenge, and then just in the comment section add your photo, and we would love to see what you're creating. Okay, does anyone have any questions before we go? I'm just looking at all the comments. Always bling or string on the cards. Yes, Marion, absolutely. You've got to have a little extra. Thank you, everyone. I might have thrown it over my head, Sean. Who knows where it is? I feel so silly because I can't see it. Like I don't want to go ratting around on my desk because I've got projects that I need to do things with on my desk, so it's probably moved in between all those, but I don't want to go moving all those around. Marion says Esther Williams swimsuit. Oh, is that one of these, is it? Must be an old actress. Is it on your stool? I did have a quick look, Marion. I've got my embossing powder, I've got my embossing folder, but no, I did look there because that's where I usually do stick things. Oh, yes. Yeah, guys, if you could give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't hit subscribe yet, that would be awesome as well. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad that you've joined me for a little bit of crafting. I hope that it's got you ready for maybe a little bit of crafting this afternoon or today sometime. And yeah, I'd love to see what you're creating. So do that and show us all. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your Sunday or Saturday afternoon, wherever you are. And under the stamp and emboss. Well, that could make sense too, but no, it's not there. Not there either, Sean. I tell you what, when I do find it, I'll let you guys know. My reels are just going to be everything that I've lost, that I've found. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.